it was extremely organic, and it was actually a mission of mine. Not Wilson Phillips wasn't the mission, but my mission was singing harmony with people.
Yeah.
In the 8th grade, I became obsessed with getting anybody that would have an ear.
That's the family business, though. Isn't that fantastic?
So great.
Because I'm not a good harmony person. Musically, yes,
yeah, right.
but I don't hear it that way.
I love singing harmony with anyone, like a bum. I would sing with a bum. I just want to sing. I can't get over harmony.
But that's the family business. But it's so beautiful.
It is so beautiful. And I remember getting like during lunch periods, and anytime I had the ability. I mean, I sang Kodachrome with my principal. It's just like so funny.
Kodachrome.
Kodachrome.
Paul Simon.
Paul Simon.
Not a bad song, though.
I know. So, like, I went to this school called Oakwood, and I met my best friend. Like, Jackson Browne was teaching a songwriting class in the 3rd grade, summer of 3rd grade, and that's where I met my best friend.
Who's your best friend?
Tiffany. Tiffany Miller. She used to work.
You still friends?
Oh God, yes, the best of friends forever. But we met like Jackson Browne. That was the kind of school we went to. It was Oakwood School. All the kids' parents were in the industry, and Jackson Browne was teaching a songwriting class. But you know, they were very. They were understanding of kids and their different talents. Everybody went to college in my grade except for me. I was the only one. And I went straight into Wilson Phillips. That was the summer. But I could not do it. And so, believe it or not, Mama Cass's daughter, Owen asked China to get kids of 60s rock stars kids. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Together for a charity record, like record one song and give all the money to charity.
So it started as a sort of a egalitarian.
It did, and it was like, it was Donovan's kids, Jerry Garcia's kids, Zappa's, the Wilsons, the Phillips, and nobody wanted to do it.
What do you mean no one wanted to do it?
Everybody passed. Said, nope, not into it. And there was a Rolling Stone article, and it was Annie Leibovitz did the cover, and we were in it. It was a horrible picture, but it was like the first like thing I had in a magazine, and it was Wendy and I, and other kids were featured. And I think that's what sparked the idea for Owen. But nobody wanted to do it except Owen, China, Wendy, and I. So it was the Wilson girls, and then the Phillips family, and Cass Elliot.
Yeah.
Mamas and Papas Beach Boys kids that came together. And we, of course, and I was like, this is when I was big stoner. So it was always about waking up and just getting ripped to the, just always smoking pot.
Did your parents know you were smoking pot?
Oh, yeah. And Mom, and I actually forced her to take a bong hit. And she was trying to put her whole mouth
Had she never
over
been
the
stoned, or?
I think she got stoned, but at one point she just like let us do it, because I never got in trouble, but she knew that we were potheads.
Okay.
And I know that sounds crazy, but
no, I know a lot of parents like that.
She trusted us, so all we wanted to do was just get stoned and listen to music. And the CD had just come out, so I couldn't get over how crispy and clean and lovely it sounded. So like the first CD I bought was Genesis, Abacab, and which I love.
I had that album too.
Oh my God.
So we're basically the same age. So we've had the same.
Yeah.
We've been damaged by the same music.
Oh, I love it. There's nothing like the drums on Abacab. So Abacab.
My dad saw that tour, actually.
Oh, lucky. Oh my God, he's the most underrated artist ever, in my opinion. But so it was Abacab.
We just talk about Phil Collins.
Phil Collins. Oh God. And then Wild Heart, Stevie Nicks album, and a few more. But God, everybody. Oh, Heart. And we started singing Dog and Butterfly, and it was like, okay, let's hear what it sounds like when Wendy, China, and I harmonize. And it was like a tidal wave, you know? It just like the sound enveloped us, and just, it was the most warm sound ever. And Owen sounded good too, but her voice stuck out.
Too much, yeah.
It didn't work with our blend.
Yeah.
And it was very sad. So then we were singing, and it was like, oh, come over again and let's just sing again. Let's just get on the floor and just harmonize. Yeah. So it just started with the love of that. And then my mom came down from upstairs and she said, what are you doing? And we said, we're singing harmony. And she goes, I hear you through the ceiling, through the floor. And
that's the harmonics that cut through, yeah.
she was like, you sound so good together. Do you know that? We said, yeah, we can't. we love it, like, but we don't know what to do, you know? And then China goes, I think we should call my mom and ask her, because she knows a lot of producers. So we called Michelle.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know Richard Perry's a great friend of mine. And he's produced the Pointer Sisters and Barbra Streisand and Carly Simon. And I was a big Carly Simon, like, fanatic. And Barbra Streisand, my favorite singer of all time, you know, and Karen Carpenter. But Barbra Streisand was another love. Elton and Barbara, whew. But so we were like, okay, we're going to call Richard Perry. And he goes, well, why don't you rehearse something and then come over to my house? Another fellow stoner, you know, so he was a big stoner. So we sang, all we could do was prepare 5 words from a Stevie Nicks song called Wild Heart. And
that was your audition?
That was it. It was just Dare My Wild Heart. And we went in.
You still remember your part?
I don't know.
Sorry.
I'm always the low harmony. I'm always the low.
Well, you got a nice chest voice.
Thank you. But like, China never knew how to sing harmony. So we had to teach her. And she still really doesn't know how. She does, but that's why she's better on melody. She just can't. Wendy naturally goes to the high. I naturally go low. And it's always that stacked of like, and I don't know technically the term, but it's like China's middle, I'm low, and Wendy's above. So that's where we're comfortable in. So like, it was, you know, we just went in and Owen was with us. So it was the 4 of us.
Sure.
And we went to his house and we sang Dare My Wild Heart. And he went, that's it? First of all, he was rolling a joint, smoking his joint. He's like, okay.
So you're with this famous producer.
And
you're only singing a line.
And
basically
we
5
sing
words.
one line of a chorus. And he's getting
how
high.
old at this point? You're 18?
We're 18.
Okay.
Fresh out of high school. And he went, that's it? And we said, yeah, what do you think? Do you like our sound, you know?
Yeah.
And he goes, and he must have been high as a kite. He was like, and I know this is dramatic, but he's like, I see the Beatles. He's like, you need to call your band Pretzels with Mustard.